Hi, I feel like I have a lot of makeup on today. That's okay. I'm going to go meet my friend Joanne for dinner. She's up from Tipperary and we're going to go have dinner and have the chats because we were just saying that like we've been chatting on WhatsApp and it's not really a conversation when you do that because you're sending like a message to somebody and you're trying to remember everything that they told you in the previous message, reply to that, tell them your bits and not like waffle on for too long, but we do anyway, that's fine. But yeah, so I just stuck a little bit of makeup on. I'll fix the hair and I'll obviously change my outfit. I want to go back. I want to turn back down a little bit to last week where I gave Joanne and Will the swing and I went over to theirs to help Will build it because he was going to do it himself and I was like, no, I'll give you a hand. It's a definite 2-person job because it's proper sturdy wood. But here's how we got on. Just waiting for Will to come over. I'm going to open up the greenhouse. Oh God, that lighting. And my skin is very red and blotchy this morning, but we are going to go and start moving the bits, like kind of the batons for not the greenhouse, the swing. Sorry, I'm just looking at the greenhouse. I need to plug in my phone. I'm not going to film us taking everything out because like the effort. But when you see us next, we're going to be at Will and Joanne's. Joanne doesn't know about this. I'm excited. And I was like, it's not going to take us that long to build it. Now, the fact that it took me an hour to build that little potting table, but at least it's going to be 2 of us. I have my drill ready, my hammer, we'll be fine. Okay, I'll see you at Joanne and Will's. Here, live at Joanne and Will's. Joanne actually is here.
Hi.
The surprise was, I'm here to build the swing. I thought it was going to be a surprise that the swing would be done when she got back from work. But she's very excited. Yay. So we're going to build it, figure out where we're going to put it before we attach the swing part because... yeah, it's heavy. But I don't think it's going to take that long.
Won't take that long. It's all well done.
Yeah, there's all like pilot holes and everything in the thing.
We'll see.
Alfie, are you going to be in the way? Yeah, give me that nose.
Put a coffee around.
So we're looking at the instructions, right? And it has all this. So it has, that's what it's going to look like, hopefully. It's not going to take that long. And then it tells you this, like how many bits of stuff that you should have, okay? And then there's 3-page, gives you the measurements of all the thing. And then this is instruction page 1, okay? Instruction page 2 and 3. So you figure out how to do this.
But that's what
it's not like it. But what we're going to do is build obviously this frame so that we can walk around the garden and kind of see because how like big the span at the bottom is. Like it says here that it's like 1606, which is quite large. And then here we need to just give it, sorry, I'm not even filming. Here we just have to measure where it'll fit in the garden. So before we build the seat and everything, we're going to do this first. Wish us luck. Will is in complete denial as to how that the sizing is obviously wrong. Like,
yeah, but like it's like nearly 2 meters in length.
They look really red. Because initially we were thinking about putting it here, but like it's going to come out to here, like the very bottom of it. So we're just figuring out where else it might fit. I think one of my best tips when it comes to assembling furniture like this or anything like that is to check that you have everything that you need. Also to give the dog a kiss. He was so cute. But I laid all of the pieces out just to make sure that they corresponded with the instructions because the instructions, as you saw, were very limited. So at least I was able to say, right, that's part this, that's part that. And I was really happy. Will was sorting out through all the screws and everything. And he and I work in the same way, very methodical. We had 2 drills. We're a proper team. Okay, we just put together one of the A-frames so that we could figure out like the depth of it, and I think we're good to go. It's just we didn't realise how wide that would span. But listen, a little bit on the wonk, but that's fine. Sure, we're all on the wonk. As you can see, my hair has gone curlier and curlier because it's raining. It's like the one rainy morning of this like last week, like next week, tomorrow onwards for the next week looks like it's going to be sunny. But we're getting there bit by bit. Bit by bit. It'll be fine. It's definitely a 2-person job. Okay, the rain is still quite so annoying. And I bet you now when we finish this, it is going to have stopped raining. So will it, what?
It's meant to be nice now.
Yeah, it's meant to be nice out. They'll be all sitting on the swing later. Yeah, this is definitely a 2-person job, and now we're going to be able to like lift this frame around to where we're thinking we might put it. And at the end I'll show you around their garden, because remember I was saying that we have the same landscaper garden design person who did their garden that's going to do our garden, so very excited. Because we didn't want the swing to eat up too much of the patio, we decided to put it up against those back sleepers once we tried to like not knock over any of their plant pots. And initially we had it on a slight angle, but then we were like, no, let's put it right up to the back of the sleeper, and it would just take up less space, and it means that whoever's sitting at the table can still have the absolute chats. And here is why I will never be a DIYer. Like, look, what am I doing? I decided to screw things, bending through the frame. Oh God, it was only when I was like there for about 20 minutes, or not 20 minutes, a minute going, why am I bending through this? And Will was like, I have no idea. So we put together all of the slats. We started at the bottom, but then we didn't want to go all the way up just in case if it didn't kind of fit. So this was the most challenging part, actually, putting the chains on, but we got there in the end. And there was a very panicked look from Joanne's face going, oh God, oh God, oh God, will this break? No, piece of cake. So they can paint this if they want, and it looks fab. So it's done. It's finished. Are you happy, Wilbert?
Yeah, it turned out really well.
Turned out well. Totally a 2-person job. I'll just show you their garden briefly. What is that again?
That's cool.
Oh, the plum tree. They're right there. And then they have roses, and there's like a mallow bush back there. And this, their sleeper beds, they're lovely, aren't they? And then this is what I really like as well. Over here, this Acer. I think we need that. Like, look how luminous the stems and the foliage are. It's gorgeous, just against the colour of the fence. Because they've got that Acer there. That one's pretty cool. And then they have foxgloves. We've got like hydrangea, little patio area. And then, did you paint these beds?
The sleepers?
Yeah.
Yeah, just two.
I was going to say, they look brand new. So this is their veg bed. So they've got strawberries. Sam loves strawberries, so he's going to be happy out this year. And look, Joanne planted tulips. So I love that one. It's gorgeous. And the white ones. And then she saw that she has some teeny tiny ones. Yeah, she's got like a little pot area, but we think that this is the perfect place for the swing, because it means that like we can all kind of be around the table, have a little swing, and happy out. And it's done. I'm wrecked. Anyway, we'll be swinging away on there. So yeah, they're delighted. So we gave them a couple of spare cushions that we had in the shed that we've just kind of kept just in case, and there you go. They have like nice little cushions for the swing, and they get to enjoy this gorgeous weather. Oh God, lads, it's been so nice. We're so lucky at the moment to have the gorgeous weather. And now it's kind of cold in the mornings and in the evenings. So usually on the nicer weather, I'll go for my walk first thing. But because it's kind of chilly still in the mornings, I've been trying to go at lunchtime, which is fine. But this morning I was like, no, I have too much to do today. I'm going to meet Joanne later. I need to just get that done, and then get my work done, and then go see Joanne. And so I went to the park this morning, and it was cold. It was chilly, but it was real misty, and it was just gorgeous. I kind of do like in and around, not the same route, but like I'll kind of go through the same bits. But I will always go and stop in the walled garden there in the park. And I took a few clips because they had lovely tulips there. And when I walked up kind of the main way, the tulips are in like the kind of further like little kind of area. And when I went in, they were gorgeous, and the sun was on them, and I was like, oh my God, that's fab. So I took a couple of pictures, because I feel like I should be like a plant photographer at this point. I need to really bring my camera with the big lens in there so that I can take photos. So went and I took photos, and as I was walking past the tulips, I looked back, and then they were backlit, so the sun was behind them, and I was facing the sun. And I looked, and this is what I saw. I've never seen tulips or flowers steaming like that. Now, presumably it's the dew, because all the flowers are full of dew from overnight. So presumably that was that kind of evaporating off. But I've never seen it. But it reminded me of me the previous day I went to the car wash to get the car washed, obviously, sitting in the queue because everybody had the same idea. And when I'm there, I have the windows down. I don't like to keep the engine running while I'm waiting. There's a few people in the queue ahead of me. Oh, just look on. And I was roasting. Now, I had no makeup on. I had my SPF on because I apply SPF every morning. But this was me. Sweat. So I posted that on Instagram and people were like, oh my God, were you burnt? And I was like, no, I was just physically hot. And that's what happens. And it actually was the way that I was on Sunday. So I was out in the greenhouse sowing seeds. I'll show you that now in a second. Just for myself. I didn't film it because like the process is the same. I showed you what I do when I go to sow seeds, but I will show you what I did sow. And when I was in there, because it's been so sunny, it's like sitting on the sun out there. So I had to come in and I was roasting. Like face was like purple with the heat. So first I have a hat upstairs somewhere. I need to find that just to help cover my face. But what I have started doing is researching shading for the greenhouse because it's too hot, and I think that's why some of the seeds haven't germinated. I think it's too hot for them in there. So again, this is all a learning curve, you know. So I've been looking online at different shade options, and I'm actually going to chat to Joanne about that this evening because she's really good when it comes to kind of making stuff. Like she was on, oh God, I can't remember the name of the program years ago. Oh, what was it on? It was on RT. It was on like the Irish TV, where she built her own chicken coop, and she built it and she painted it and everything, and it just looked unreal. So she's really good at kind of putting her hand to things or kind of helping figure stuff out. And like I have a few ideas because I want it to look nice as well, but I just need to have the chats with somebody in person so we can kind of like go back and forth with different ideas. I think she'll have good ideas. No, I definitely do need shading because like it's only April now and it's so hot, and it's hopefully going to get hotter as the summer goes on. So it's just to be able to sit in there, not feel like we're cooked, not feel like we're in like an air fryer or something, because I was roasted, but no complaints, but purple. But anyway, let me show you what I sewed. Okay, I just had a couple of chairs from outside here because Mum and I were sitting in here the other evening and it was lovely. So, sorry. Now, did I sow some seeds? God, that's so warm. The other day, and like 5 minutes later, was I checking them to see had they germinated? Yeah. So I'm after sowing more little Dart sunflowers in there. I hope that's not too warm for them. We've got, what are them? Tomato something. Moneymaker. Yeah, see, none of the tomato seeds have germinated. Oh, sugar. Yes. Like that soil is damp. I do water them when I feel like it's getting too warm. Here, we've got more of the beans coming up, which is good. I'm going to pot these on. These are the runner beans. Like, oh, look at the veining on the leaves. It's gorgeous. Here is doing okay. So, except, like as I said, usually the sunflowers are great to germinate. So I'm wondering, is it just too warm in here? I've got some melon seeds there. I've got the corn on the cob. I need to pot all of these on as well. And so I noticed that one of the tomato seeds here, what are these ones? Sun Gold or something? Oh, Gardener's Delight. So only one has germinated. I don't know if you can see it there. One tomato seed has germinated. My 25 chili seeds haven't come up yet. I wonder, should I take these out of like the direct sunlight? Sat the seeds in there, so I'm just going to move them there just to be out of the sunlight for now, and hopefully it's a little bit cooler down there. I sowed the Verbena borealensis. I love that. And Lythrum something. Lots of zinnias were sown in there, so hopefully something happens. I've only did it like 2 days ago. This is more zinnias. Okay, good. And then in here, very late with my sweet peas, so I don't know how successful I'll be with them this year. We shall see. Oh, here we have calendula and Chinese lanterns. Oh, cornflower double mix. So yeah, see, these are all really, really warm. So I bought new trays here the other day. So I did have like a voucher, and I was like, great to be able to use them up because everybody gets me vouchers for Christmas and my birthday. And so they're these kind of like gravel things. I'm going to put like maybe potting gravel or something in there at the bottom just to help with drainage. But they're perfect for, see, like these green ones here, or here's one there. It just fits really nicely in there. And then they fit nicely in here as well. And then I found this that Joanne had got me for either Christmas or my birthday, and it's for dry flowers and herbs. And so I'm going to get some. I think I have dry flowers upstairs, and I'm going to just hang that off there because I think that'll be lovely. Like, I know the point of the greenhouse is to have sunlight, but I think it's too warm for some of the seed germination. Now, it is supposed to cool down over the next few days, so, well, in 2-3 days. So yeah, I have ideas for shading, so leave it with me and I'll look into it. Because I've seen a few different people with shading ideas for the greenhouse, so I need it to be easily done because I'm DIY challenged, and something that will look really nice as well and still like allow the windows to open. Now I have ideas, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm going to leave the door open just to get like a bit of the cooler air out there. But listen, no complaints, it's gorgeous. I still pinch myself that I have this greenhouse. I'm just going to get so much use out of it. I know I already have, like, so just need the seeds to germinate. Now I'm going to go get ready, get all my bits ready. I have a few beauty products to give to Joanne. Just make sure I bring those, go meet her for dinner, and then I think tomorrow will be some time in the garden. Okay, it is the next day and I'm wearing the same things because I need to take compost and stuff out of the car, and I don't want to get like fresh clothes dirty. But I'm having a good day already. And what I was thinking I might do today is, so I need to go out to the shops to get milk and that. And I was thinking, like, only 2 of my tomato seeds have germinated, right? And I feel like it's quite late in life for them. So I'm thinking I might go to the garden centre and get a couple of like tomato plants as like backup, do you know? Because I just fear no tomatoes after all the tomato seeds that I've sown. Like, none of the 150 million pepper seeds have germinated yet. That's okay. A few euro left on a voucher, so technically won't be spending anything. I'm gonna do it. Okay, I bought just a few plants. So it was 3 plants for 10 euros. So that was like good value. So I bought snack pepper orange because none of my pepper seeds have germinated yet. I realised that these little trays fit in there nicely. I don't want to have the pots directly on the bottom. Now, ideally, I'd love if the tray sat lower, but listen, it's fine. So I got snack orange, I got snack yellow, and sweet pepper. They didn't have that brand in red, but I wanted to have like a red one as well because I just love those peppers. And then I got this one. Like, these are like a regular red pepper, I think. And like, they should grow grand in here. One. And I got padron pepper as well. Yeah, my brother loves padron peppers. I think he puts it in his chimichurri, maybe. And then I got, this one as well. So this is like a chili, but it's a sweet chili. So it's a yellow one, so I thought that'd be grand. So put that there. And then got tomatoes. So I thought this was kind of cool. Nightshade, so it looks like it has a black skin and then looks orange on the inside. So they look really healthy. And there. And then got this one, Gardener's Delight, even though I have some of them sown anyway, until they start to grow. I just wanted backup, you know. There. And then I have this, another Gardener's Delight. Yeah, because I know that we eat loads of those, so that's my little plant haul. That's so cute. Well, now, like, I feel like I've got space here. No. Anyway, this will be handy for moving things around. But when I was checking this morning, so I have 1 tomato seedling there, which I showed you the other day, and then that one down there, in there. So I think these are the money makers. Oh no, Gardener's Delight. Okay, great. I just want to keep them covered, just to keep the humidity as much as I can without putting like cling film, because I think it's too hot in here for cling film. Soon I'm going to have loads of plants. I'm loving seeing the beans pop out, because like it's like they come out with fully grown pods. Look at him. Now that looks a little bit mossy on the top, so I just, like, the soil feels okay in there. Oh, but lads, I'm just really excited. This is just like the best thing ever in my life. Okay, need to calm down. Lads, I have the best news. I'm on the press list for the RHS Chelsea Flower Show. How? Because I've applied for the last maybe 3 or 4 years, and they've always said, no, sorry. And then this year, the email came through the other day, And I was like, oh, here we go. Like, they're just going to say, sorry, you're not on the list. And I would have been like, that's fine. I read the email and it said we're granting you press accreditation. And I was like, no, hold on, let me just read that again. I just didn't believe it. I read it again. And I was like, what? And then I had to like go and look up the date just to make sure that it was for the press day and not for like a regular day. Because I just didn't trust it. And it's true. Oh, I'm so excited to see it in real life, because the week that it's on TV, I'm watching it every single night. And now to be able to go and see the gardens in real life and get garden inspiration. What a year to go for the first time. Like when we're getting the garden done, you know, because yeah, we were getting the landscaper, like the team are going to do all of like the stuff, like the stuff that I wouldn't be able to do on my own. I'm going to be doing all the plants and that. I'm so excited. So I'm going to do my ultimate absolute best to be able to go. Do you know, I just don't want to say that it's like a guarantee for me to be able to go, but we'll see. Sorry, isn't it just mad? I was only thinking there the other day, like if it wasn't for the whole world shutting down in 2020, I wouldn't have discovered gardening. I wouldn't have discovered this hobby that has turned into a passion. Like initially it was there just to fill time during the day because there was nothing else to be doing when we were stuck at home. It has just changed my life in so many different ways, and I don't know if I'll ever be able to properly verbalize how. I never even watched Gardener's World, like an episode of Gardener's World before 2020. Like I've missed out on so much. But now having this hobby and this thirst for knowledge, and there's so much to learn and it can get really overwhelming. So I'm excited. Let me just take my supplements. I take these, and I have done for the last maybe like 8 months maybe. They're an Irish brand, Fabu Wellness, and they're shrooms. I buy them myself, and they're Meno and Peri, and they're to help manage the perimenopause symptoms, because oh my god, there's so many of them. If you're interested in learning more about them, let me know in the comments below, and maybe I'll do like a video or part of a video on that. Because there are lots of different supplements out there, and I think it's important to take ones for your specific symptoms, as my symptoms might be different to yours. At the time when I first started taking them, like my main issue that I had was like not mood, but like, yeah, just my mood. Not mood, but yeah, my mood. And you know, going to bed at night, my mind would be racing. So I take these in the morning, which is the morning now, and then I have magnesium supplements that I take before I go to bed, because I found that at that time, like before, about 8 months ago, I started taking them both at the same time, and I've been taking them religiously since. And I found that at night my legs were just like flailing around the bed, like a just restless leg had me driven demented. And I took the magnesium, like, and so quickly they were gone. But yeah, I do take a few different supplements, because this is the year of me, of looking after myself mentally, physically, emotionally. I wanted to talk briefly today about spring cleaning my beauty bits, because I spring cleaned the greenhouse last week, and now I just want to chat through what you can do. And I kind of try to do this there's some bits that I do every week, but there's some things that I do every kind of quarter or so, because my skin changes every few months. And so it's important for me to switch out my products like each quarter. My skin tells me what it needs. Like my skin looks great at the moment. That's makeup too. But the first thing that I'd recommend doing every quarter, if you can, every 6 months if not, is to go through your beauty products. And I want you to look at, see this little pot at the bottom. So this has every product, every beauty product that you have, makeup, skincare, body care, will have a little pot like this, and it will have a number in it. So this one has 12M, some will have 3M, 6M, 9M, 12, 18, 24. That indicates how long that this will last and work effectively from the time that you open it. With a cleanser like this, chances are you're going to go through this in a couple of months. But when it comes to maybe SPF, that's when it gets important to know when you've opened one. And so actually, let me get the SPF that I love. Hold on. Actually, this is a really good example of what I was going to say. So what I'd recommend when it comes to an SPF is writing down the date that you open it. Did I do this? No, because I know I use this every day. So I know I'm going to go through it. It's not going to be sitting kind of to the wayside of my beauty products. Now, this is just the most gorgeous SPF. I love it so much. I do want to try other Korean SPFs, but this one has my heart because I love the lightweight texture. It feels like part of my skincare routine. It doesn't feel really heavy on my skin. And for me, having an SPF that I actually want to use makes me use it every day, because listen, this is like the number one anti-aging thing that you put on your skin, you know? But so this one doesn't have one of the pots on the bottom, but see here, it has open date. So what you could do is, if you don't think you're going to use this, which you should anyway, you can write the open date. Say I'm close to being finishing that. It's very light. But let's say if you have like another SPF, you could just write it in a marker on the bottom, open this on such and such a month, such and such a year. I think that a lot of people will use SPF in the summer months, and then when it comes to September, put it away and then open it up in the next year. And what can happen is, if you've opened this up in, let's say, March, you don't finish this in the summer, you put it away and you don't open it up until, you know, March, April next year, chances are it could have gone off, but it might not be obvious that it's gone off. And what can happen is, if you think, okay, it's a gorgeous day, go out for a walk and go do my bits in the garden, and you put something on like an SPF that has expired, the ingredients in there aren't going to work. It's not going to give you the protection. You could react to the formula then as well. So for me, as I said, SPF, it's a non-negotiable. But I will say the 10 days that we had in March where there was no sun whatsoever, I didn't put it on out of like annoyance, because I was like, I'm not wasting it. So with skincare, yeah, if you write the date on everything, because you don't want to be wasting time on, let's say, using a serum that has expired, the active ingredients don't work, you're not going to get any results. You're going to think that that product is rubbish, and in fact, it's just expired. And as I said earlier, I tend to change the products in my skincare routine quite often, like every couple of months or so, because my skin concerns change all the time. So there are times where I need to work on the dullness in my skin or the hydration. And like, let's say if my skin is really dehydrated and I really amp up the hydration, and then it's okay, I can kind of keep it topped up, but maybe switch out some of the products. That's going to give me different results, so my skin concerns can change. So that's what I'd recommend. The first thing to do it like this weekend, or do it like during the week. Go through your skincare and your makeup and get rid of anything that you think is out of date. Like, let's say for, you know, a mascara or a lip gloss, where you might see, no, there was another one that I had that the gold embossing, it's in my handbag, has kind of scuffed off. So when it comes to that, give it a whiff. This smells fine. This still smells the exact same. But if it smells off, get rid of it. Yeah, the next thing to do, and I have to do it this weekend, is to clean your makeup brushes. I know I have a lot, because what happens is I use them, get dirty, and then I use clean ones until I have a big thing like this. And then I have the dread. It never takes me as long as I think it's going to take me, because I do them all kind of together. I have a brush cleaner just for my brushes, and it's brilliant. This is the one that I've used for years. You can get spray cleaners, but they're kind of more for spot cleaning. So for like an eyeshadow brush that just has powder on it. But if you have a brush that has, you know, like liquid foundation or cream products in there, it's better to use something like this. This is from Blank Canvas. I'll leave it linked below if they have it in stock. Or you can use a shampoo, like a gentle shampoo. You can use a gentle hand wash if you want, but just nothing that's going to be too harsh. But I need to do that. So I got this little contraption in Pennies a few years ago. It has suction on the bottom, so it can sit at the bottom or the side of your sink. And what I'll do is I'll run this part underwater. I try not to let the water go down into this part. This has the glue, and if you let the water go down there, especially if it's warm water, go down there or sit in there, you run the risk of breaking down the glue, and then this will fall off. So I'll wet the bristles of the brush, and then I'll smush it in there, work it around to kind of build up a bit of a lather. And then because this has the textured little knobbly bits on here, it works the shampoo into, like, deep into the bristles of the brush. Rinse it out, squeeze it, and then you can dry it either upside down like that or sideways, kind of with the head off the edge of a table. As I said, it would probably take me 15 minutes to do all this, but I just dread it. I don't think it's a job that I'll ever enjoy doing. And then a third tip I have is to try to organize your products, the ones that you use like on a day-to-day basis, or the ones that you're kind of going, God, I forgot about that. Rather than out of sight, out of mind, you have them out so that you can see them. You can get yourself something like this. So I got this in TK Maxx last week, and it was like $8.99, and it's a little rotating container, and it has loads of space, so I can put my brushes in here. I can put like my makeup, skincare. At the moment I have my day-to-day things, or things that I'm trying out, or things that I'm going to be trying out in here, and they're all kind of, I try to organize them as best I can, but they kind of, as I take things out, other things move. Something like this that has the different sections, I can organize, you know, into mascaras, into foundations. It's like loads of bits that I want to chat about, like these Trini London. I tried that before from Trini London, really, really nice. Like this Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer, gorgeous. Those are my 3 things that I'm going to do this weekend. I'm going to go through all my products, organize them into my little They'll keep up. I'm going to get rid of any out of date products. And I'm going to wash my brushes. So that's kind of manageable, you know. Like I really need to spring clean the products in the bathroom as well. But I don't want to do that this weekend. Bits, just like little bits. Because I find sometimes if you're spring cleaning everything or you want to kind of do a proper declutter, it can get very overwhelming. So I'm going to do 3 things this weekend. Perfect. I could do that. You could do that as well. And I'm going to leave this here for now. A few bits that I need to do. I'm going to go for my walk as well and just let it sink in. It hasn't fully sunk in with the whole Chelsea thing. I'm going to document the living daylights out of it. I'm going to be like a competition winner going to something like that going, oh my God, can't believe I'm here. Can't believe they let me in. If I see Monteith, grand. If I don't, grand. But my main thing is to go and see the show gardens and to get inspo and to see the trends. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Did I tell you I'm excited? Anyway, I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.